"I've been clean for 3.5 weeks, he told me as we sat across from each other in an empty restaurant in Central California. "I haven't touched a drop of alcohol or even smoked, and I'm starting to see things more clearly. I'm actually thinking about going back to school." As Chris was speaking, I felt as though there should have been more excitement in his voice over the great news, but I only saw pain. My heart was confused. His message was positive, but his demeanor was defeated. Perhaps Chris didn't believe the actual words he was saying. I felt like with all his might, he was searching for freedom and wished he had the real thing. Perhaps by saying these things out loud to me, he would convince himself that he wasn't lying to the both of us. As Chris began to open up about his experience with addiction, he said to me, "You have no idea." In one simple phrase, he said a lot. I got it. And as he spoke those words, I felt it. Those 4 words represented years of pain, sorrow, loneliness, anger, fear, and doubt. Part of what Chris was trying to explain to me that day was he felt as though there was no hope for someone with his past. He felt he had failed too many times, hurt too many people, and in some way felt he didn't deserve a better life. Chris's difficult past led him to a place where he felt he could never win the battle over his addiction. Perhaps he felt as if he could not change by this point in his life, maybe he would never be able to. "You have no idea," he said. That phrase takes me back to a letter written by Paul to his friends who lived in a city called Ephesus. Paul wanted to lead them on a journey of learning deeper truths about God. Paul truly longed for them to experience his love in a way they never knew before. Paul prays this beautiful prayer for them and says, "That Christ may dwell in your hearts by faith, that ye, being rooted and grounded in love, may be able to comprehend with all saints what is the breadth and length and depth and height, and to know the love of Christ which passeth knowledge, that ye might be filled with all the fullness of God." In essence, what Paul was saying to his friends at Ephesus is that they had no idea. They had no idea of just how much God loved them and wanted to bring renewal and refreshment to their lives. I really don't know how you came across this little book. Maybe it was recommended to you, or maybe someone who loves you very much gave you a copy. However you came across this book, I want to tell you today, you have no idea. You may have had a difficult past and may have felt you've exhausted all your options, but there is a God who knows you. He knows your name. He knows what you've been through and where you are now. He knows how you feel, and He knows the thoughts that fill your mind. He cares about you today, and He is ready to come into your life if you'll let Him. Let Him make you clean.